Hey guys, coming at you with another, I guess, edition of the mystery box of spinners I got from China the other day. I know it's been a couple weeks since I promised to unbox these things, but I have been kind of busy with other things. I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to try to do an unboxing for one of them today. And this one on the top here is from Joy Free. I'm not sure what that brand name is, but basically it says Joy Free on the cover here. It's got a little dust on it. So let's unbox this sucker and see what's in there. See, I get box down there. See if I can get this camera at a better angle so we can all see it better. And I think that's a little better. Let's try it out and see. And looks like this one is gold. I'm not sure if this is a gold plated, maybe. I would not think this is a solid gold spinner because I only paid about 40 bucks for it, 50 bucks for it, somewhere in that range. I'm not exactly sure because I had so many ordered at one time, but it's in the $50 range, I believe. It is supposed to be real crystals embedded into the body of the spinner. So let's check it out. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just gold plated. It does look gold enough to be real gold, so you'll kind of have to be the judge for me to decide if you like it or not. This thing is pretty heavy. It is nice looking though, but it's a little bit too flashy for my taste. I'm more of a black and silver kind of person, or mainly just or even just plain stainless steel. I like both of those colors. So let me get this out of the way, and let's do a little bit of a spin test on it. Let me adjust the camera down a bit and try to zoom in a bit so we can see about getting a good look at the spin, if it's ever going to focus in. I'm not sure. It does not look like it's focusing very well, but here we go. Well, it's obvious this one is not meant to be a tabletop spinner. I didn't realize that the let's say, look at the edge here. The edge of the crystals here are actually even with or slightly below the cap, so it is rubbing on the surface here. This is a flat surface, as flat can be, so you can hear it rubbing. So the crystals are rubbing on the surface, so this is not a tabletop spinner. Let me zoom back out a bit. But wrong way. Sorry, wrong way. Yeah. So let's see how it does in my hand. Ooh, it's very heavy. It feels very hard to control too. I keep trying to let go of it, but it keeps wanting to shift to one side. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It does make a kind of a typical whirring sound that comes with the metal spinners. This one's a little bit loud, but it does have a nice strobe effect. Let's see what I can get. Well, I was expecting the crystals to kind of add something to the strobe effect, but apparently they're not. I do like that part of it though. That's a pretty cool strobe effect as it slows down a bit. You can see how thick this thing is. It's very thick, very heavy. Let me pull the caps off here and see what kind of bearings are in it. It does have nice, big, thick finger caps, so it would be good for tricks and stuff if it was better balanced. See, this is the back side of the bearing. You can see the bearing guide there on the back. See if I can get the light on it right. See the light hitting it. The light hitting the circles on the body there. Oh, here we go. Looks like this has got a 608 ceramic bearing in it. Maybe 608 black bearings. It's a hybrid ceramic bearing because you can tell it does have a steel housing. This one, you can look at the edge here and see that it does not have a retainer ring in there that unscrews like some of them. Like let's see here in the focus on him. In the Laughing Walrus one there, it does have a ring that unscrews there in the center so that you can take the bearings out of it and wash them and clean them. But this one does not. This must be pressed in, so it's not going to be one that you can take the bearings out and replace if you decide that you want smaller bearings or just any other type of bearing as bearing technology gets better and better. Because I have heard that they're about to start putting the R188 bearings into spinners that are ceramic. Full ceramic, not hybrid ceramic. So up until now, I've only found R188s that are stainless steel and hybrid ceramic. And basically, the smaller the bearing, the individual bearing balls, bearing balls? Yeah, bearing balls. The smaller the bearing ball, the lower the rolling resistance. So R188 bearings will actually roll better in most cases than a full ceramic bearing that's a 608. So the 608s are a much bigger bearing, and since the R188s have a lower surface area, they have lower rolling resistance. So I can only imagine how well a full ceramic R188 is going to be compared to a normal R188 or a full ceramic 608. So yeah, I hope you like this little review here. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to end this, but I wanted to weigh it. I wanted to weigh this sucker. I can reach it. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to keep this in camera and reach over here for my scale at the same time. So see if I can scoot this in here. And I did not think about this, so I'm worried about the reflection of the light on into the camera, being able to see the screen. Let's see if I can get that focused in. And it's set for ounces, so let's see how much this thing weighs. It does feel pretty heavy. Yeah, 4.5. That's 4.5 ounces. That's by far the biggest spinner of any that I have weighed, even including the Kraken, the Kraken stainless steel. So this one's even bigger than the Kraken. I wish I had a Kraken laying around here to give you a size comparison. I'll have to prepare that one for the next video. But basically, this one is a monster. I would do a spin test on it, but since all my spin tests are done on tabletop rather than holding it in my hand, so that there is no added resistance from me wobbling my fingers, it's not really fair to give this one a spin test and see how long it spins, simply because it is not set up the way the rest of them are. Maybe I need to build a kind of a stand or something to hold this off the ground. See if what happens if I put it on here. Hey, that's working out. I'm gonna pause the video and be right back with my timer. Alrighty, I am back. I got my little phone all set up. Let's see if I can scoot this over enough that I can get both the phone and the... Oh, I don't like that reflection at all. Let me move my lights. This may not work out too well. I need something to prop this on. Maybe I can prop it on this spinner. Like that. And that wants to slide, but maybe it'll stay put. What if I put the... I know, I'll put the hammer in front of it. Put the hammer down. And it's got that between the weight of the brass hammer and the pedestal it sits on, I may have something workable. And I gotta move these stupid lights. I got the lights on top of my light box here, so they're shining down through the top of the light box. I'm trying to get the light right. Let's see if I can get this one right. Yeah, that one's not working too. I'll try raising... Oops, turn the light off. Turn the light back on. Turn the light off. Okay, that's maybe about as good as it gets. Yeah, that's about as good as it's going to get. But that's good enough for the timer. So, let's see if I can get this thing going and hit the timer at the same time without losing too much time. Oh, stop. My depth perception really sucks right now. I missed the phone altogether. There we go. And they're off and running. It is quite a bit of noise, but that's because it's sitting on a plastic scale, so it's reflecting a lot of noise from the spinner. And it does seem to be slowing down pretty quick, probably because it's so heavy. 4.5 ounces. So it's a, really an engineering trick to get the right balance of the length of the lobes on the spinner and the weight distribution. But sometimes you don't always want the longest spin time. Sometimes you're more about wanting the flash, the good looks to the spinner, or just having a unique shape that no one else has. And this one definitely is a unique looking spinner. So as you can see, it's slowing down really quick. It probably will get longer spin times as it gets used and the bearings break in, but I would not expect it to dramatically increase in the spin time. They always do increase a little bit, but it's not like it's going to be miraculous changes in the amount of spin time. So yeah, this one's coming to a halt pretty quick. Yeah, I really wish they would have put R188s in there. So look, minute 32 seconds, almost 33 seconds. Probably will get closer to a minute 40 once it has broken in a bit. Let me turn the lights back around here and see if I can't give it a nice strobe effect again. Ah, and I dropped my light. There we go. It does make a really good strobe effect in the light, so if you like a really pretty gold strobe effect, this one really does well. So if you would, leave me your comments at the bottom. How do you like these spinners? I mean, this is not exactly my cup of tea, but some people may like gold with embedded jewels. These are supposed to be real Swarovski, Swarovski, that famous brand of crystals embedded into the body of this. So yeah, if you would, let me have your opinions on it. Give it a thumb up, give it a thumb down. Give me some idea if this is the kind of spinner you like and you'd like to see more of them. And I will either go a different direction, or I'll keep trying to find spinners that are gold, that are jewel encrusted, and maybe solid gold. But take my word for it, this thing is not solid gold. It is, maybe, if I'm lucky, it's gold plated. They claimed it was 24 karat gold plated, and it doesn't take much gold to plate anything. So it's not unreasonable to think that a $50 spinner has gold plating on it. And I will talk to you later.